I once had it all. My palate was sated, nostrils stimulated, standing venerated. And one day, you took everything away but shame and pain. I'm still not sure what game you're playing, but I'm back. I'm taking what's mine.
It made me think of your poem. Congratulations.
Look, I'm aware of the rat's presence, okay? But nothing can be done about it. They've been on this island as long as anyone can remember. It's in our best interest to leave them be. Dear, congratulations once again on winning our competition. Let us repeat, your submission astonished us, and we are delighted to welcome you in our hermitage. Make yourself at home. The whole lighthouse is at your disposal. The author of the winning essay will receive an opportunity to write the book on the subject in our lighthouse, accommodated especially for this purpose.
Thank you.
Whole lighthouse is at your disposal. My ass. Hello?
I received the word that you came to the lighthouse. Find everything to your liking.
Well, that was fast. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm very pleased to hear it. Now, are you writing?
What?
You must understand, Mrs. It is imperative that you start your work as soon as possible. I will remind you that you signed a contract. Now, it is very specific on the timeline. I would advise you abide by it. Goodbye.
Now that was a conversation I was too sober for.
I'm an adult, Mama. Crippled or not, I can take care of myself now. It's time for you to focus on yourself. I can't wait to read that book. Love you. You're...
Might as well make some good use of the phone while I'm here.
Hello?
Hi, darling. I'm calling to let you know I'm here. Can you believe the agency already called to see if I was working?
That's insane. Did you at least have time to settle in a bit? How's the lighthouse? Inspiring? Spooky? Haunted?
All of these things. I was just looking around and it's certainly something. How are you? Do the meds work?
Don't you worry about me, Mama. This is your time to do your work. To live your life.
Well, maybe you're right. I should probably get to it then. Bye, son. Love you.
Love you too, Mama.
I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. Hopeless. You probably deserve it. But even for you, there is still a way. A way to bring it all back. The one precious thing you ever truly desired. Finish it.
We would like to ask you to cease bothering our pest control specialists, as well as refrain from sending us any more of your highly inappropriate letters. All of our employees that visited your house reported absolutely no signs of a rodent infestation of any kind, and as such, decided not to act further than a prophylactic spraying. Please treat this letter as a final warning, or else the next envelope you'll receive will be from our lawyers.
I didn't touch the workshop, just like you asked. Although I can't imagine the mess that's inside. Also, if you care so much for that room, maybe you should pay more attention to where you leave the keys. I brought them back to your office.
I'm sorry for yesterday. You were right. I overreacted. It's just that this isn't about me. It's about her. Everything I do with her best interest in mind. I guess I've always believed that in an imperfect world, it's worth it to strive for perfection. Now I'm starting to sound like my father. I will work on my temper, though. Promise. We'll talk later.
How did they fuck up the length?
Some call him the new Caravaggio. Others compare him to Van Eyck. And one awestruck critic, who wished to remain unnamed, went as far as to invoke, quote, the spirit of the great Leonardo. Any way you slice it, the exhibition proved an immense success. Its distinct style has been praised for its unique combination of Renaissance influences and more progressive techniques. The artist himself attended the event in the company of his beautiful fiancée, looking stunning in her black gown, revealed to us exclusively that the couple are indeed expecting.
Figured you'd be up all night, so I made you a little treat. You know, I bet even Rembrandt occasionally took time off from being brilliant and snored his head off like the rest of us common folk. I know! In other words, get some sleep, you big dummy. I love you. I'm so sick and tired of us talking through these notes. We live in the same house, for God's sake. Come talk to me when you're done, before you go to sleep.
Been working all night. Don't wake me up.
Might not be a household name yet, but just give her time. The incredibly talented multi-instrumentalist gave an astounding performance last night, winning over even the most ardent naysayers. Quote, "She was simply astounding. I haven't seen such passion, energy, and skill in years," stated famed pianist Daniel Richter. He was not alone in his praise. It seems even Anthony Giles, one of its harshest critics, has finally seen the light. Giles had previously made disparaging comments about the artist, stating, quote, "There's more to performing music than enthusiasm in a pretty face." When asked if, after witnessing last night's performance, he regrets these words, Mr. Giles gave us a look that can only be described as a mixture of awe and embarrassment. Pressed for an answer, he simply said, "Yes." We caught up with the star. The long-awaited opening of the Galactic Department Store turned into hell on Earth when the building's wiring burst into flames. While the majority of the visitors managed to reach the emergency exits in time, several unfortunate attendees were trapped in the back of the building, having no chance to escape the raging inferno. The exact number of casualties has not yet been determined, although it is estimated that at least a dozen people have been severely injured. The owner of the Galactic, Ronald Sheffield, has so far declined to comment on today's tragic events.
Sorry, couldn't sleep. The leg's been acting up again. Figured I might as well do some work. I love you. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. Tonight it's all about you and me. Let's make it special.
You promised!
Hush. Daddy's here. Why pink?
I didn't touch them. Two souls, so passionate, so talented, and yet they wanted to build something so ordinary. A home, a wife, a family, peaceful life. Betrayal of everything that made them both artists, and yet they clung to it.
We are truly thrilled to hear that you accepted our humble proposition. After discussing dates with my colleague, we find this date the best time to open the exhibition. We need time to set everything up. Getting a piano to our gallery will be no small feat.
understand what it takes to make a good painting. The work doesn't start with the brush. Just like family doesn't start with marriage. It starts with
I can't remember the last time I wore these. The last time I could move freely. Now, a tiny bit to the left. Yes, just like that. Hold that pose. I want to get all those lovely curves just right.
I think I have the music for all the paintings now. I'm going to play.
Sorry I haven't written in a while. I've been swarmed with work. I gotta tell you, your last letter was troubling, to say the least. I just can't believe she would set fire to your old paintings. Why would she do that? The lady in black especially? That was your tribute to her, wasn't it? I don't know what to tell you except to get her some professional help pronto. You could probably talk to someone as well. With all that's happened, I'm sure it would do you some good. I probably don't need to tell you that the buyer was sorely disappointed with the news. The new pieces just aren't selling as well as the classics. Anyway, I'll keep looking. You just hang in there and focus on your work. I know you still have it in you. I believe in you.
No matter what we did, the fireplace just wasn't enough to warm this room. Don't be scared. It's just a book, Birdie. This is fine. This is good. These are great conditions. I can finish it. I can. I will. I need to. For all our sakes. For our family.
For a family? Or just for you? Go on, tip the scales. Had the most beautiful dream last night. I dreamt he came to me, embraced me, loved me, as he once did. But we both know that while I dreamed my silly little dream, it was you. It was you he really lusted for.
I think we should drop the toccata here. People won't be able to concentrate on anything but your music. It's about our family, after all. About both of us. I'm sure Thomas would agree with me.
storm ever run out of rain? How can two people who once loved each other so fully, so profoundly, drift so far apart? My husband barely speaks to me anymore. He just slithers in and out of his study, obsessively working on one failed painting after another. He won't even sleep with me anymore. I can tell he's disgusted by me. The look he gave me the other day. That pathetic, hurtful look. The combination of shame, guilt, and repulsion. I've come to realize that I've become a monster in my husband's eyes. It feels like nothing a woman should ever experience. Still, being the good wife that I am, I decided to realize my husband's fantasy. If he thinks me a monster, I will sure as hell act the part.
Watch him drown.
Dear sir or madam, we must kindly, albeit strongly, urge you to keep your voices down during the night. Your marital problems, while regrettable, are a private matter and should remain that way. They are certainly of no concern to us, and especially our children. Please, consider that not everyone is a freelance artist. Some of us have to get up early and work for a living. We need our sleep. We must also warn you that if things continue the way they are now, we will be forced to call the police.
My home is my castle. Locked inside, I am safe.
felt as if it wasn't my hand that wrote the letters when using it.
I'm sorry for yesterday. You were right. I overreacted. It's just that this isn't about me. It's about her. Everything I do with her best interest in mind. I guess I've always believed that in an imperfect world, it's worth it to strive for perfection. Now I'm starting to sound like my father. I will work on my temper, though. Promise. We'll talk later.
What we witnessed today, while entirely worthless in artistic terms, might be an invaluable case study for psychologists. These harsh words came from none other than Jason Hughes. The famed critic was one of the first to appreciate the works of, and whose praise once contributed to his first spectacular success. When asked if such brutal criticism was indeed called for, especially in light of the recent tragic events, Hughes responded, quote, "As critics, it is our duty to critique art, but not to judge the artist. The man has been through a lot lately, and obviously it has taken its toll on him. Still, if we were to remain silent and pretend this is even remotely acceptable, we would be doing the artist a disservice." Other critics were only slightly more lenient, as the
The thought alone that the most beautiful piece of art doesn't have my name on it is killing me. So, will you marry me?
in an unexpected experimental streak in his usually conservative endeavors, Thomas Caldwell hosted an extraordinary exhibition opening in his gallery. Quote, "This is a great day for me and my wife," said in the opening speech. Quote, "For us, this is not only an exhibition, this is how we want to live our life. This music accompanies my paintings just as she will accompany me in the future." It is rumored that after the exhibition, some kind of arrangement was set between Caldwell and
I have a responsibility. Finish it! Anyone can paint on a linen canvas. I am not anyone. First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
Figured you'd be up all night, so I made you a little treat. You know, I bet even Rembrandt occasionally took time off from being brilliant and snored his head off like the rest of us common folk. I know! In other words, get some sleep, you big dummy. I love you.
First, I looked for a canvas. Not just any canvas. I had to find a knife. Not one of those bread ones. It needed to be as sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
Moths, drawn to the fire between them, no matter if the flame was desire, despair, or hate. I hereby resign from service as maid and house.
I can't stand seeing you like this. You're not well. You were sweating and shaking all night, and now there you are locked in your workshop as usual. This whole tortured artist nonsense has got to stop.
It's not like I'm some drunkard. I know how to handle my liquor.
Don't push me away.
I keep the fire because I'm freezing, for God's sake. All I asked for was an edible meal. At least one that had any taste. This is my house. You can't keep locking me in. You're so afraid of fire. How can you cut off the means of escape? Suddenly, everything I find relaxing is a fire hazard. Defy the flames. Finish it!
Here are the calculations you asked for. You need to also include the cost of lamps for every room.
I don't care how much it costs. She's afraid of fire. We will have electricity, and that is that.
Let's talk about the symbolic aspects of your work.
I'd rather not.
Why is that?
A symbolism is a word that gets thrown around a lot, usually when people don't really know what to make of you. The worst question you could possibly ask me is, what did you mean by that? If it was that simple, I wouldn't have painted it. I would have just told you. Of course, we can talk in general about themes that have always inspired me. Duality, conflict. I think that all art revolves around some sort of struggle. Whether or not we're able to see it, of course, is an entirely different matter. The life of painting, the soul. I need it. I need it to be perfect, striking, vibrant life. Life, fire! Why did you stop? That tune was perfect. Honey, please, just a little longer. At least until I finish painting this one part. Oh, don't make me beg.
Here are the calculations you asked for. You need to also include the cost of lamps for every room.
I don't care how much it costs. She's afraid of fire. We will have electricity, and that is that.
It's been a while. It took me 6 months to be able to hold a pen again. 6 long and painful months. But I finally did it. It still hurts, but the pain is just bearable enough for me to jot down a few lines. Oh, the things we take for granted. Wow, that's deep. I think I better rest some more before I put ancient philosophers to shame. I mean, I've seen you in my house so many times, and yet I could never find the courage to face you directly. Not until now.
My bald, bloody swat's hair, not mine. Where are the scissors?
You always wanted to have a huge garden. Green calmed your nerves, you said. Is this the right door for me?
No excuses, no accidents, no weakness. Just fire from the depths of your soul. Finish it. I need to fight the darkness.
come to that. But here we are. I will protect myself. Since my last letter, things only got worse. Yesterday, a stool broke underneath me. My cup stuck to a kitchen table. We need new servants. These people are so lazy. It's like nobody wants to work anymore.
As of today, I'm resigning from work at this house. I think I don't have to explain reasons. You know how life in this house looks. If I could give you some advice, think about being more understanding and a bit nicer to future servants.
I'm done. I'll do it myself. Keeping the house from breaking apart can't be that hard. Why can't you understand? I'm working in here! I swear if I'm interrupted one more time... I thought it would be harder. It should be harder. Bones shouldn't break so easily. That
all around.
Honey, what in the world are you doing? What did the doctor say about straining yourself? Leave that thing alone. It's not going anywhere. I needed to remove the flesh from the bone. At first, I was lost as to how, but then I sawed it off with a handsaw. Boiled it, then put the bone in a mortar. I had to get one. Obviously, this was not something I'd done before. Finally, I mixed the dust with some white paint. It made for a lovely undercoat. I needed to remove the flesh from the bone. At first, I was lost as to how, but then I sawed it off with a handsaw. Boiled it, then put the bone in a mortar. I had to get one. Obviously, this was not something I'd done before. Finally, I mixed the dust with some white paint. It made for a lovely undercoat.
Their life started to fall apart. Everything he touched turned to rot.
I will get you, you furry leeches. Get out of my house. Blood is thicker than water. Everything I touch breaks. Good, solid iron. Primer will hold it all together so it doesn't rot. The world is breaking around us.
so
While I can certainly understand that you are upset, and I have nothing but sympathy for your wife and yourself, I must categorically state that I do not wish to receive any further correspondence from you in this matter. Any skin graft procedure is extremely complicated and inherently associated with the risk of failure. Having stated that, I assure you that me and my colleagues at St. Anne have made every effort to ensure a positive outcome for your wife. Personally speaking, I believe we have done the best job possible considering the extent of tissue damage. You are, of course, entitled to your opinion, and I can certainly understand your disappointment. What I do not understand is how you seem to think writing hateful letters to me or my fellow doctors will ameliorate the situation. As I've already stated, I can certainly understand you've been under a lot of stress as of late, and thus I will not press charges if you refrain from any further correspondence. Let me make it absolutely clear that I will not tolerate any further threats aimed at my staff, my family, or myself. If you wish to seek psychological help, I can have my assistant provide contact information for several specialists who would be more than competent to help you get through these hard times.
Damn Ash! Cleaning this house is a nightmare. We don't even use the fireplace that often, and ash is everywhere.
Terribly sorry for your inconvenience, but we've seen no fluctuations of power in your area, and see no issues in the neighborhood. And since you didn't allow entry to our electricians, we cannot help you in any way.
can put it between the books. He'll never find it there.
I can't escape too.
Silent floaters. They clog the drains. Fur in the water. No baths from me.
I won't let go. I won't let my passion decay. I can't. Never. I will finish it.
If I am to be honest, I can't say your letter was unexpected. Numerous colleagues have informed me that you had previously sought their advice in this matter, and while it is perfectly understandable for a patient to demand a second opinion, I would think 16 concurring opinions would be enough. Still, out of respect for you and your wife, I have examined the case thoroughly, and I have to concur with my colleagues. Involuntary muscle spasms are not uncommon with patients who have suffered burns as severe as your wife did. What you refer to as a freakish grin or an unnerving yelp, though many would find such expressions hurtful, could indeed be manifestations of nerve damage. The other symptoms you mentioned do not seem to be physiological, but rather purely psychological in nature. Traumatic events can lead to severe stress, and that is nothing to be ashamed of. As to your demand that we fix your wife, you have to understand that what she went through cannot be undone with one simple procedure. It is a long, arduous process that will require all your strength and support. Please feel free to contact me or my colleagues should you wish to discuss a long-term rehabilitation program.
This thing, this family, won't work if you keep undermining me. It will break apart. Doors between us, but it's my drinking that ruins the family? This is childish. I need the fire. The lamps are so cold.
In the end, this was the only instrument she could play. The only music this family could accept. Merciless light is still light.
Are you insane with those candles? You will burn... We have electricity.
Electricity for thousands of years, I can do it.
Let me. Get out. Get out. Let me. Get out. Let me. Where? Let me. Where is Lord? Where? Let me. Get out. Let me. Don't leave me.
This is who I am. Without it, I'm broken. I have to finish it.
All right, let's try this again. Finally managed to play a little. If banging on the keys awkwardly counts as playing. I won't lie. It drives me insane not to have full control of my fingers. In any case, I was promptly berated by my loving husband, who said I should be resting. I know he means well. But how will I ever get better if I don't work at it? The worst thing is, I could swear I smelled liquor on his breath. Oh, God, please. Not this again.
Jar and a plastic tubing. I siphoned gas before. I knew how it was done. I stuck the tube in a vein and sucked on it till blood filled my mouth. Then put the tube in the jar and it just kept coming. A taste of copper haunted me the entire night. Why didn't I think of a syringe?
All changed when the daughter was born. Wow. The reward for the most cliche line goes to me. So, I'm here. For a place belonging to a posh-ass agency. This is weird. If they wanted to have a decor that corresponds with story, they succeeded. It's dark, there are rats, and it's weird paintings. Not gonna lie, I felt like it was some fucked up experiment, especially since the man called to check if I'm working soon after I entered. I heard a strange noise when I was about to start writing, but it turned out that it were only rats, I think. I thought I saw later. I called to let him know I'm here. He always cheers me up.
I have your truth.
What the fuck? It's me.
Mama? Did something happen?
I don't know. I don't feel good. I don't like this place.
What do you mean you don't feel good? Do you need a doctor?
No. It's dark in here. I'm scared.
Mom, it's night. I think you just had a bad dream. Everything will be okay in the morning. I imagine the lighthouse gets lonely, but come on. It's you who wanted to go there.
No, you don't understand. It's dark. It's awful, and I can't write. Everything is... Hello? Hello? Fuck!
Now that's no way to greet your muse. What your surprise? Creation isn't pretty. You pushed a human being into the world, and now you need to do the same with a book. I'm here to help you with that.
How?
How? She asks. The same way I helped the painter, the musician, and the actor. All you have to do is choose. Your voice will be heard.
It won't. It never is.
And now, with my help, it's possible. Do you choose to use it? Say it.
I do. I choose your help.
Then it is done.
Hello?
Thank God you're okay. What happened?
What do you mean?
You were scared, and the call was cut off, and...
Oh, that's nothing. The generator died. It's fine now.
Oh. Okay. I guess that's good. How do you feel? You sounded upset. I'm worried.
I'm good.
But...
I'm good, son. It's as you said. I'm exactly in the place I wanted to be.
Are you?
Yes, I'm sure. I need to get back to work. Good night.
Love you.
Moths, drawn to the fire between them. No matter if the flame was desire, despair, or hate.